right, this is how tapping works and how I like to use it. It's amazing when you're in the moment and you're actually having the emotions that are overwhelming to be able to physically decharge them from your body energetically. So you can actually use the acupressure points, which are part of the traditional Chinese medicine Meridian system. And so by actively actually tapping on the parts of the body, you can start to release the emotions that are trapped within the body, which is great when you're feeling the feels. But you can also use it to deprogram and program back in like things that you would prefer more than what you're feeling. So it consists of 3 parts. First is the karate chop, and that's how you would start any tapping session. And the point of the karate chop is to kind of start to tap into and decharge your whole system. And the thing that you do with the karate chop is a setup statement. So it's an if, like, even if I'm feeling blank, I love and accept myself totally and completely. So even though I'm feeling overwhelmed and frustrated, I love and accept myself totally and completely. Whatever the actual emotion that you're feeling, even though I'm feeling angry and annoyed with everything, I love and accept myself totally and completely. And you would just go through that, 5 times or 3 times, and there's no right way to do this. You just want to tap lightly. And you don't want to hurt yourself. I have long nails, so I would do it a little bit gently, but this starts to activate your body's ability to release stuff, and it's a wonderful way to reinforce in your mind that no matter what's going on, you're totally loved, like, completely. So it's a great way to start. So even though I feel the way I do, I love and accept myself totally and completely. So that's step 1. After you do that a few times, then you would move into tapping on the meridian points, and I'll go through those with you. But it's really, you can use words along with the tapping, or you can literally just, as you're feeling overwhelmed, start to tap on those points. Out of all of the points, if you were only going to tap one, the thymus spot, which is right from your clavicle, you just kind of draw a little line down, and you would just tap right here. But I'll show you all of the points. But if you were only going to tap one after the setup statement, I would go straight to the thymus. So the way that you would do it if you wanted to include the ways that you're feeling and actually tap them out of your body is you would start with the inside of the eyebrow point, and you would start tapping and say whatever you're feeling. This feeling of overwhelm. And you would move to the next one, which is the outside of the eyebrow, and that would be this feeling of frustration. Underneath the eye, it could be I'm feeling angry or frustrated or annoyed, and you would just keep moving through the points, and the next one is right in the divot under your nose, and then the line of your chin. Then you'd move down to that thymus point, and there's no right amount of times to tap these spots. You kind of just keep moving through the rotation. The next one is under your arm. It's not in your armpit, it's kind of right underneath that, so kind of on the side of your rib cage. And then the last point is actually the top of your head. And so it moves around really easily. So inside, outside, under the eye, under the nose, under the mouth, thymus, under the arm, top of the head. And so you can say what you want to be tapping out as you're doing this, or literally as you're feeling it, you can literally just tap all the spots and start to decharge those emotions from your physical body. You can do it with 2 hands or 1 hand. So you could do it like this. And I guess you have to pick an arm. So you do that until your stress level has started to lower, and you can kind of gauge that based off of your own experience. Sometimes you're going to end up doing that for quite a few minutes until your whole energy level gets decharged. And then once that happens, you can start to actually use affirmations or things that you'd like, and without having the negative reaction to a lot of times when we speak affirmations, they elicit kind of like nuh-uh vibes through our brain. And so we're actually potentially, affirmations can be really, I don't want to say bad, but negative if you don't believe in them. So by decharging the negative emotions first, then you have open space to start tapping in all of these positive statements. So when you feel like you're in a decharged state, then you could start with the same points and start tapping in positive statements like, I have confidence in myself, I love myself, I feel good today. Whatever the things that you want to start to tap into your system as a replacement for the emotions that you're releasing through the first step of tapping. So you start with a setup statement, tapping your karate chop point, even though this, I love and accept myself totally and completely. Then you tap out all of the emotions. Oh, I'm feeling so overwhelmed, I could cry, like whatever's coming up. Then at a decharged state, you start tapping in good things. So that's kind of the 3-step process. It's super simple. You can also skip all of the verbal cues if they're overwhelming, if they feel even more overwhelming. But it is, if you're feeling something, you can tap it out. And then if you want to tap something else in, go for it. But anytime this is, you're in a state of overwhelm, frustration, pain, feeling, less than your highest version of self, it's a great time to just, even if you didn't say anything, just tap into those points, maybe breathing deeply as well, releasing any stress, any stored traumas, any frustrations, any feelings of lack, and just start tapping in all of the good things, infinite abundance, the universe is on my side, everything is happening for me, not to me, all of the things that you'd like to have more of in your life. So that's my short story. Tapping doesn't have to be hard, it's not complicated, it's great because you can use it in the moment, you can do it in the car, you can run to the bathroom if you need to and do it in there. So that's why I like tapping. It's super simple, there's no rules to it, just keep tapping till you feel better.